Where's Gio Reyna? A lot of people in the YouTube comment sections, where's Gio Reyna? Gio Reyna, you can't go from not playing at all to starting. It's just not going to happen.
And he's still not there yet, guys. He's still not there. Even
Eric
Winalda came back out.
There yet.
Even Eric Winalda came out and apologized for the comments that he was making, saying that it was between two dads talking, and that, obviously he took it all out of context and wanted to apologize. That was tail between the legs. He said everything he meant.
Eric Winalda got called out, and he's like, oh, I'm going to stick to my word. He curled back into his little cave after regretting what he said, because he throws everything out and hopes it sticks, and he got caught. So it's one of those things where don't even bring him up, because he's just throwing stuff and doesn't make sense and is just looking for clicks. Gio Reyna's not fully fit. That is why he's not playing. Gio Reyna is so talented, supremely talented. We know how good he is, but he's not fully fit. That's why he's not playing. That's
in reference, by the way, to the Switch's comment about Carter Vickers went from not playing to starting, though. That is different. You're talking about a guy with some sort of reoccurring injuries over the last 18 months. He's in, he's out, he's in, he's out. And obviously they're talking about something going on with him right now. We're not talking about Cameron Carter Vickers. We're not talking about not playing and then playing. I mean, look at half the players in this tournament are coming from clubs where they're not playing consistently and they go straight into starting in World Cup matches. So I don't think it's that. There's a lot of nuance to what's going on with Gio Reyna and the injuries that he's sustained over the last year plus that he's been battling to get back to full fitness and full health. So looking at that, I still feel like we haven't gotten the most out of Brendan Aronson in the role that he's playing as a super sub. I liked him as a super sub. I still continue to think he leaves me with more to be desired when he's on the field in terms of his impact. He comes into these games, and they're World Cup games. They're chaos, right? Mm-hmm. He's putting in the shift. He's got the energy. He's doing those things. But there's not really that moment for him to shine. And those shining moments are like when the team's collectively pressing, winning the ball up the field, creating that energy to go forward. Right now, he's bringing us that spark off the bench energy to close out games, which I don't love. But I think he's a better option than anything else we have out there, aside from Gio Reyna, who's, I don't think, is the guy you put on to put in a defensive shift to close out games.
No, Gio Reyna would have brought on if we needed a goal late on. But in terms of bringing Gio Reyna on to defend, you're not bringing him on to defend. But I do like him in a matchup versus the Netherlands, because the Netherlands, the way that they play, there's a lot of space for those attacking players, because the Netherlands like to keep possession. There's a lot of east-west and not so much north-south. They're not very direct. They like to play with the ball. And in transition, you can hurt the Netherlands. And Van Dijk and Ake as two of the back three, they are big defenders and not great when it comes to playing tricky players who can play 1-2s and good on the ball. When games are predictable and you're trying to play in behind them, they're good at covering. But in terms of playing 1-2s and following runners out of midfield, that's when Reyna is going to be a real asset to us in this game. And I fully expect Gio Reyna to come in as a substitute and get plenty of time against Holland, which would be massive. But in terms of this group right now, they got to be buzzing. They have to be absolutely buzzing, because Netherlands are ripe for the picking. This is a game where we can come in and shock them.
Yeah, I fully agree. And the Gio Reyna one, it's easy to keep saying the next game. But people don't realize that you're talking about a month of time that he's been in the trenches of getting physical work, of getting back to the level that they want him to. There is nobody's questioning how good Gio Reyna is, or how can he help this national team, or can he be impactful? Can he be the X factor in getting us a result against the Netherlands? We're talking about his ability to go out and play free and do the job that's asked of him, but also play the way that you know that he's capable of playing. That's a lot of things to put together, especially with somebody who clearly they're working through some issues. Now, Gregg Berhalter, Chuck Wagon, went with an all-Euro lineup, which the Twitter sphere rejoiced because we eliminated all Major League Soccer players until the tweets started coming out of saying Matt Turner came from MLS. Tyler Adams came from MLS. Weston McKennie came from MLS. Across the board, starting to look at it and through the context of that. Timo Weah came from
I don't think
MLS.
Weston. I don't think Weston really counts for that.
Why doesn't Weston count?
How many games did he play for FC Dallas?
No, it's not about MLS. It's not about first team minutes.
I'm talking about MLS playing in MLS. Like probably can't
Team
count
away
him.
doesn't count.
No.
Then you're really talking about Tyler Adams, right? And Matt Turner.
Yes. But two very important pieces.
Yeah.
But we're not even in the World Cup without MLS players. So that the point that people are making about MLS, like, okay, we get it. But let's not forget, most of these players, they are coming together right now to represent our country and perform in a way that makes us proud. They're doing that. Let's be positive. Like I said after the last game, come into this Iran game and expect for them to perform, and they did. And I see people saying, "Well, how are we going to beat Holland if we didn't score a goal? We can't score goals. We scored goals. What do you mean? We scored a goal to beat Iran. We scored a goal to beat against Wales when we were unfortunately gave up a penalty. But ultimately, we can score goals, and we need to be sound defensively. And Holland opened themselves up. Yeah. Holland are gonna leave us gaps. They're gonna give us opportunities. Now it's on us to finish those chances. But if we continue to keep clean sheets, I mean, come on.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen to this. We've got a lot of people upset about us being rejoicing on the U.S. beating Iran in the way that we did. What people don't realize, and I hope they do. But when you watch another game in the World Cup, when you watch Ecuador play today against Senegal, when you watch the other matches taking place, the rest of these final match day group stage matches, if you think most of these teams that are on the verge of in or out, Ecuador as an example, are not suffering, are not playing ugly, are not scrapping, are not stressed, if you think that there's anybody that is just playing somebody off the pitch, and sending them home when there's something on the line, you are out of your mind. Watch the games. Mm-hmm. Watch the games. The U.S. actually, I think, kept it together better than a lot of teams that were just trying to hold on for dear life or trying to get into the knockout rounds by squeaking something out in the end. Like, I'm actually proud of the way that they did, because guess what? Against Holland, if Holland is losing 1-0 to the U.S. in the final 30 minutes, they are going to do anything as ugly as they can to get a result. If the U.S. are down, they're going to go after Holland. You know who's going to play ugly? Holland are. It's not going to be beautiful. They're not going to just work the ball around and just go, yeah, easy 1-0. This is a World Cup. This is not one game of a 38-game season. This is a big deal. And people are going to say, throw the baby out with the bathwater. I don't care about the style of play. I don't care about those things. We are going to scrap and fight and grind out this result. And the U.S. did that. At a certain point, we've got to give them some credit for that. I would love for them to play everybody off the pitch. I would love for them to do what England did to Wales today like that and just comfortably work through it with players off their bench starting in this game with Phil Foden coming into the match. I would love to see that. But right now, they achieved their first goal was get to the knockout round. They did that. And we shouldn't be critical about how they did that. Can things be better? Absolutely. But it doesn't matter how good we play. We can always find things to be better.
Spot on, Heath. Well said. Well said. We got through. People doubted this whole damn time. And you know, it's I guess it's natural for people to always say, it's not good enough. We're not doing this. You know, Berhalter's not doing this. We got to a World Cup. We're out of the group stage. We're into the knockout rounds. Anything's possible now. Let's go. Get behind this team.
I'm
what
still
more do you need?
You know,
what more do you need to say, man, I'm a believer. Let's go. These guys are putting in a performance. Like, come on, boy. Come on.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, again, we've got to rally around this team. Of course, the last 30 minutes were stressful. Could the team have been better? For sure. Was I screaming at Yunus Musa when he was causing fouls down by the 18 or he looked tired? For sure. I was screaming like everybody was. When Anthony Robinson keeps running into the sideline, I get really pissed off about that sort of stuff. But in the grander context of things, if that's what we're focusing on and we leave with that point, I would love for Iran to chase us around the field. You're talking about a nation in turmoil. You don't think they were going to make it difficult for us to grind out that result? Of course they were. And you talk about, the stress and the fight or whatever and Gregg Berhalter. Gregg Berhalter can't do anything in the last 10 minutes or 20 minutes of these games. He can make substitutions to come on and bring energy, but that's on the players to hold the ball. That's on Haji Wright to decide to go to the corner flag instead of taking a shot. That's on Timothy Weah to play the ball the other way, or Yunus Musa not to give up a foul in the box near the box that gave up a chance. That's on the players. That's not on anybody else. And there is a game, there's a little bit of luck that comes with that. And then there's a lot of fight and effort and preparation that comes with that as well. The U.S. deserved to beat Iran, and they beat Iran. And it doesn't matter how they did it; they're now in the knockout rounds. I mean, I'm bewildered at what point people are going to be excited or proud. Okay, maybe not excited in the way we play, but just proud.
No, but let's say England, for the England match, we should be proud of the way we played. We were the better team. We didn't finish our chance, and the one golden chance was Weston McKennie's, and Christian Pulisic was a half chance that he created on his own to hit the crossbar. But we should be proud. I felt so proud of this damn team because they competed with the best team in the group, one of the favorites for the World Cup, considering all the players that they have, the talent, the experience. We were the better team over 90 minutes. But I love the fact that we can critique. We're not saying you can't analyze and critique. What we're saying is
two shutouts in the group stages. Two shutouts in the group stages. Unbeaten in the group stages. It's like look at these details. Unbeaten in the group stages. Two shutouts in the group stages for the first time ever. Yes, it is not the most beautiful things, but there are times that it is beautiful. And there are times that we're playing well. Am I critical of Shaq Moore coming in over the other options that we brought for the 19 right backs? For sure. Do I think he's the right guy to come into those matches? I think he's proven that he's not there yet. I think you can go with somebody else. Do I think Haji Wright did his job in the way that I hoped that he would when he came on? Absolutely not. Those are things you can put on Gregg Berhalter, for sure. But in the way that this team plays and this way that this team's fighting, at a certain point, we got to give some credit too. I mean, these numbers are pretty incredible, and it's an exciting time.